football clubs no ankesefo no they are always together when it comes to their interest. Come on, me ubedi team here. Abramovich beto Chelsea. And the kind of investments are or started say it started scaring some of the big clubs. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester, Arsenal. No more who follow football those days, they were always complaining about Chelsea. And Chelsea for the Russian money. No more Tata Abramovich because Abramovich system anymore. He was buying big. It says Thaksin Shinawatra, Prime Minister of Thailand. Also about the Manchester City. Now by Russia, Thailand, the government's money neighbor. Until say Thaksin Shinawatra nya issue. Move from Thailand to UAE. I want the clubs and Cristiano started some move for me ECA, European Clubs Association. Say, and what you stop you more. One year, your investments are ya neighbor say, ye dear yaji as Real Madrid, ye dear yaji as Manchester United, as Barcelona, no obedient Nisika, ever be clear history in everywhere. So let's protect our own. Now, documentation ni muana, tio. You want it says a cat for us to solve a top PhD. Now for a one starts ever. Those days easy. They're not down mano. A Carl Hens Remenega by Wunchi. Almost so getting Yansiasi. I know. And I confer meetings upon meetings. I confer about say. Yan for financial fair play, Nimra. Okay. It was for one with financial fair play. No. Get it by any. To make sure say clubs now sorry according to them almost say governments and as a country finance clubs no Chelsea, Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain yan stop one when you don't do na beba e be affect yan traditional clubs no so yan cut sade no financial fair play aba na eba no and the clubs in kitwa ni ya danyame ase ya stop you. No knowing say that actually it will affect them. Tell me about say financial fair play. Any mra yede stop clubs nibi. Say we European financial fair play no. League bia so one dio. Say sir. Barcelona for revenue the whole year. Omunya over 940 million euros in revenue. Yet they are not able to reach the financial fair play. Spain. Why? Because we are just 25 million euros per. Just 25 million euros. But the same club as Barcelona. Okuta revenue of over 940 million euros. Inti obika Barcelona ni skana AMS skada will be pa. But manager say just so follow party ni bi. Some I don't want to delve into it so much. Ken, me can you see super say. Senyamra yadi acheche football clubs no one. Let me give you one example. Yeah? Whoopé, one of the richest clubs in Wuhiasia. Aye Como. Como football club be a Fabregas one. Fabregas mutim no. Unim se owner no. Yafana Hatomo. Na Hatono no Ken. You can Google it. Wa wo hwem ya wutie me. You can Google the Hatono family. Ken, we are one of the richest families. Unim said they are worth $48 billion. Come on, team, get no. No. We are worth $48 billion. No club in Italy. Even the Agnelli family, are worth over 34 billion. When we are 48 billion. It is and you say them run at clubs no. In can they Kakumo marketer or pockets here. Have you wondered why, say, Newcastle, 3 years ago, they been young for Newcastle, say, Saudi Arabia, but Newcastle, into place where we are seeing now Newcastle, but what? Obviously, Saudi investment fund, almost also did to say the PhD for no, and now won't be. Second even 1 billion, come with the top player. Because Qatar and Saudi are a competition. PhD turn no more top. But why? And then look at Newcastle. That's only a small club. But do you own no was sicker? But emra financial fair play. Sa clubs in getting almost story here. City in Chelsea. Any PhD those they say they are suffering. It is a name. It is they say Sikeni be the top club. Now you support and when you are Mr. Kakra. You might have your money, but you cannot buy because the laws restricts you. And now what Newcastle is doing, they say Newcastle when you're selling club. On turn the player, name turn the just say we will see Kebia, Sikani Motu. Say yes, sir, Bruno Gomes. City Fokuta, almost 80 million, conference 110 million. Say Alexander Isak, Misuma Liverpool. Isak, Liverpool for 2 years. So Newcastle for 60 million. And nay, or Toma, why when your bet you for 150 million pounds? Because they say, sir, 1 pound, Cassiana, when Yesica. All three sounds on phone call market, top player, man. I dare ask me, share transfer market in Yamana Koswa. South financial fair play, ebe boy, and answer Medwa. I restricted clubs in Ibino. Say clubs and Cassano, yes, I know. Don't do one today, it is affecting them. Okay, and to us way. Andrew Nana situation in Hami, me African. Now, I do remember very well saying. Be here at the man you know. You want Eric Ten Hag. I be your interview be. Getty, if you get me that interviewer. Because that time no, not the here, then such a ball pa. But Ten Hag insisted say, modern football, just a ball, no the top from now passing. Now, I was so passing, okay? Watch the screens very well. This is Eric Ten Hag speaking. It's more what top football demands nowadays. Where you are preparing no. Also saying in modern football it demanding. If you observe the biggest teams, you have to be capable of playing from the back. Use your keeper as a +1 in your builder, blah blah blah. It's basically Ori na okache di here say when we so improvement onye ni bebre. Essence modern football no. Just o prepare. Me can asam dia chiro. I want all the pressure to David here so because I was see a passing ball from the back. And the year started making mistakes. Left to right center, left to right center. So the year left Manchester United not because he wasn't he wasn't a good goalkeeper. But the coach insisted say, me pe goalkeeper the ball to form. And he kofa Onana aba. This is why I don't get Eric Ten Hag. Onana buy. Afei, we all know say Onana so your goalkeeper or Onana ye nimno say a good goalkeeper because ball da for more obo. It is our pamudi here because you needed a goalkeeper in the 9 bar. In the 3 months, no Manchester United asked that say your mistakes. Say you pass the ball from the back. And a coach in the back. Nobody a share Bisaka. Nobody a question Magua. Nobody a share Varane. After goalkeeper and say and Onana coach say and Onana from swap. Rather it is the defenders. What we are investment? They just say she ain't you. Okay. Amorim buying. We are still facing the same Onana issue. Because they say Manchester United Edrum Pempen Swabia. They want to say this say team in crisis. You don't need a goalkeeper or passable on Ibebre. You need a goalkeeper or Chibo. At this stage, it is not as if Onana is a bad goalkeeper. But Manchester United do not need his qualities today. So what building team net team is stable. Now Onana ba. Oba bitinya da one when ya who because the best goalkeeper we have because team is stable. Any team here goalkeeper yam build up. But they say United do not need those kind of goalkeepers. They need a goalkeeper who will do saves, obey saves. Okay. Look, the Emiliano Martinez conversation, Miso. Where I have problem, they say 40 million pounds a year. No question, they say I know 40 million pounds a year for a goalkeeper. When you say there, I say no. Okay. Here, 1 minute. Much respect to Liverpool. Let me say, Liverpool, what town one? The way you mad here. Virgil van Dijk, we did 33 years. Konate, when you stable or bo. Young fan say, on my starting season, no. Last year, time will be about Kube Frim. Jorah Kwansaba, not Omobre. Liverpool want to upgrade because Joe Gomez won't be for winning to so. They want to go out for McGay. Solid decision. Gerard Kwanzaa or turn obeji bear 30 to 35 million pounds. Or the Bube sister confirm McGay, he's good to go. And you good pitches. But this is where a very difficult to get McGay. Say Oba to Liverpool, say Obeye day. Obeye starter and answer Obebo born if they free bench. Because McGay 1 year, you go World Cup. Even less than 1 year. If McGay would want to play actively. So how are you going to convince him? Because Obanot's not bencher. England national team or say goodbye. And then Newcastle for convincing and say, who call Liverpool? I want to hear. Unyebimo. Until Liverpool would have to convince him. Ken, Konate in Bocheno. But Inti Obabe Bona Konata at na bench. McGay born a very Van Dijk type in you. But on Konate any different kakra. But anyway, let's say this is
Ken. Ken, my man shall say a crabby on a young commander on the Kokudi. McGay is an established player at Crystal Palace. He's a player while establishing and was the captain for Crystal Palace Bobo Kone. Consistently, Obobima Crystal Palace. I just say you on your fit and also accumulated card Sabah. He's a starter in the Crystal Palace team. It is an only free Crystal Palace, no one make a mover. At the age of 24, he's in his peak as a footballer. Into your expected club now or Kumno. Or quite a lot of game time, no progress when it comes to his football career. Liverpool at this stage, there is Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk in the Honoma, there is Konate. These two neighbors. Darryl Kwanzaa possibly overcome by Liverpool. But all corner, the big question now is that since you are McGay as a player, and so say Liverpool no but better than just after a year. Because a Konate in common go through. It is in 2026 nobody free. Nobody joining Real Madrid. A player who established with England national team. Now recent times when you be bought. No established for Crystal Palace. Oh, Kwakwatina bench with Liverpool when the World Cup is approaching. That is the big question now. Liverpool project in the corner. Player be a person then over 40. Name mum Samri. Oh, Kwatina bench. A bad day to overcome World Cup nibi. M1 career. And that is the problem right now. Branch to Aton and Dagane.
Ken on say Manchester United person moton Ganacho. Ganacho na Manchester United person mu join mu no. Teams bebre na aba. Na team ba kwa we show interest wa Ganacho mu no. Aston Villa. Aston Villa for neba Manchester United aso ye say omo pe Ganacho no. Omo so omo pe ni loan. Manchester for si loan di omo ntiase omo pe permanent deal. Aston Villa for so omo sika sem no ha adwen. Profit and sustainability rules na aye dey say Aston Villa betimatiska. Akofa Ganacho on a permanent basis. Enti loan na omo pe Manchester for so omo ntiase. Ana Manchester United for so epe Aston Villa for goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez no ye goalkeeper de ma Aston Villa no Manchester for epe na Aston Villa for so aka che Manchester say Emiliano Martinez 30 to 40 million pounds. Manchester for so nya ready say goalkeeper we be 32 years there ye bet 30 to 40 million pounds in be den enti ken report a free England e ba say Manchester for any Aston Villa for her say possibility swap bet makoso na Ganacho akọ Aston Villa na Emiliano Martinez eso swap Manchester United because Manchester pe goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez and Aston Villa for so pe Ganacho enti omo her say possible swap bi e bet makoso na Onana Manchester United for goalkeeper Manchester for you may decide say so mutimi nya goalkeeper bi ono no omo ne say owo soro say Onana omo beton Onana enra ne betu dwa say Chelsea goalkeeper Petrovic Manchester for open na Petrovic de no Manchester United no mo Petrovic na no enye so oba be number 1 but oba be second choice goalkeeper because Manchester United de omo goalkeeper list no so no akwa ye Diogo Costa ana Emiliano Martinez sa Manchester United timi nya mu ba akwa ana mo hwe so beton Onana eno na beto dwa say Onana no Monaco for so show interest because Monaco for so pe goalkeeper ana Monaco for to omenyo ma won Manchester United for nse dem fili Onana it is a Manchester United beton Onana dia omo Monaco for na ye ready say on betima fa branch e friend so Onana every Manchester United akọ Monaco no aba star Louis Day so ni nyina be depend on say Manchester United ebenya Diogo Costa anaso mbenya Emiliano Martinez so mutimi nya sa 2 goalkeepers ni mba akokra na Monaco for so ma ye ready say on be fa Brante fence na every Manchester United na oko Aston Villa omo wo a young attacking midfielder season etwa mu yi no na ne modern boss ani pa Morgan Rogers or attacking midfielder 22 years of age na season etwa mu with Aston Villa or say 8 goals 10 assists na no na be told you say Chelsea bo ni monitor Aston Villa Morgan Rogers Chelsea for who say sa the number 10 row no obetima ba boboa no obe complement the effort of Kopama and Chelsea monitor the situation of Morgan Rogers the numbers will produce with Aston Villa season etwa na very good 18 goals contribution for Aston Villa Chelsea monitor Abrante friend say Morgan Rogers na oko Arsenal can story be boba na nkosi nyambo ekina no yebetime nya final confirmation every year sources no on say Arsenal pe winger na Nico Williams muni dim bebre Rafael ya muni na mu bebre up to date Arsenal want me your target by sources no ma say Arsenal for o mentimi anya o target eba wingers ni nyina na eno mbekọ Chelsea akofa Madueke ye hwese sa story ni kura bi wo ma mentimi confirm ma say eye no krepa na asa nya no kre by sources no ma ye hint ni say in case as a team a friend say Arsenal omo target for wingers no o ma nya o mbetima akọ Chelsea akofa Madueke already Chelsea dia betu dwa say Madueke no obi discover na eya o mbeton eno ne say Arsenal only say o ma nya omo target ni nyina na Madueke no omo behwe anim so mbetima fa Brantie no na no nam de betu dwa say efiti say Joao Palhinha every Premier League nim kopie mu Bundesliga with Bayern your man kosu ye fama no Bayern etua 56 million euros and a kofa Palhinha every free Fulham and ne be she boboku nim efiti so ba Bayern no Joao Palhinha ensheda enhu su yi dia beto de ne ye say Bayern for say o mate bo ne so wa o pe Joao Palhinha no 35 million euros for Skabefa Manchester monitor situation no yes Fulham for so enter nya Brantie no betima kofa nti Joao Palhinha no Bayern for so at bo ne so 35 million euros na Ken Victor Osimhen also kobo loan with Galatasaray manage top scorer Turkey league nim na teams bebre na epe including Galatasaray na latest team also so de ne ho aba join Victor Osimhen de no Jose Mourinho Fenerbahce teams ahodo mo pe Victor Osimhen na no say Fenerbahce for so e de omo ho join bi so omo so pa Brantie bi because obebo alone with Galatasaray ni goals ne ka ho bi ana ma omo G league no no ma ye ready say omo betia 75 million euros no na no omo tua no full payment enye installments paying crying na omo ma Victor Osimhen 20 million euros a year ene Fenerbahce for offer on person me de come Victor Osimhen se obeje se onje Fenerbahce for se omo so person omo twini free Galatasaray no obobo lo no edeneba Fenerbahce na Ken onim say Manchester United UEFA Champions League no man qualify na how pa na story bi am nsaka no a very interesting story na Manchester United for no onim say omo kobo Europa League no Manchester for ye meeting say Europa League no mo qualify for UEFA Champions League no be a lot of business before Europa League final no ana Barcelona ba Manchester United aso ye so mo pe Marcus Rashford loan ana Manchester ka say derby Manchester crack say Barcelona be for 40 million euros Barca ye say 40 million euros no muntua so proud to omone Europa League final omone Spurs no ana Manchester United ken ye say omo for omo ho adwen say omo qualify for next season UEFA Champions League anka omo diska 60 million euros ebeka Marcus Rashford ho akọ Barcelona akọfa Rafinha no me decide say Barcelona no omo pe Rafinha pe Marcus Rashford omo bo omo 40 million euros no Barca say 40 million euros omo ntua enti anka sa de omo qualify by UEFA Champions League omo Manchester United for decide say any omo di 60 million euros ebeka Marcus Rashford 40 million euros no omo di akọma Barcelona no makọfa Rafinha e dey free Barcelona dey about Manchester United na for fia antoata ana team e friend say Manchester United and qualify and go UEFA Champions League no so Manchester United plan here say 60 million euros plus Marcus Rashford for Brand e friend say Rafinha and Manchester United for mo ho adwen say Kyle Walker teams bebre na aba Everton aba Fenerbahce aba Wolves Wolverhampton Wanderers for so do ho adwen so mo pe Abrante friend say Kyle Walker na latest on Nico Williams nie because Nico Williams deal no Barca for no interest they be the update beba Athletic Club Bilbao president Mr. Oriati on the year president Edema Bilbao Ken wakache Barcelona for ne say bana nyame adoma Sunday on person ba Bilbao krom on momba na omobeba e wo say a full payment on person on the Barcelona bet na say negotiate omo Bilbao for no money on madwen so beto Nico Williams na Nico su obeko Barca na Barcelona so mpe Nico Williams a ono no ye president Mr. Oriati o ye president me Bilbao no Barca nyame adoma Sunday adekosu obeba Bilbao krom no oba na e scan ne kura no 58 million euros ne kura no se omo bet na se de omo Bilbao no mo ndi sa nkomo no Barcelona Sunday omo decide se omo be ko Bilbao krom on Sunday Deco eba kosia Victor Moreno on the sporting director de ma Bilbao Barca decide say Iñaki Abrante friend say Nico Williams ni release clause 58 million euros no omo de 5 years the person omo di tua 85 installment no every year bia no be tua 11.6 million euros Barca decide say omo be tua 58 million euros release clause no by every year bia no omo be tua 11.6 85 years ne be so no na omo reche 58 million euros and no ana Mr. Oriata say mo ba 58 million euros any taxes ne enya afi ne ye ba be di dwabia say ni na Richarlison esi akan de mas Spurs for person mu ja ne kwan Fenerbahce aba Everton aba Juventus for so de omo ho agim for Richarlison Juve e de omo so ho agim say Richarlison Brazil ni abrante no si akan de mas Spurs person omo ton no omo Juventus for e wo interest e wo abrante ni na Alvaro Carreras a wode ne de betu dwa no ken de akoye ne yese Madrid Uni Calafat ekosia Recosta no omudi nkomo ni nyina awieye no team e friends Benfica ti so 2 million euros e ma Real Madrid say 50 million euros no ye te so 2 million euros about 48 million euros Madrid for say omonte so ana nkosi aga ana Madrid for ne Benfica negotiate say Samonte so na mpesi etua 50 million euros ni nyina na eni yebeji atum yebetua by yebechem eye 2 installments the first installment the first payment no eye 25 million euros yebetua mamo ana Benfica for si yo yate ana omubu so omo say the second installment na beba da bay Madrid ne Benfica negotiate the second installment entiaka first payment ni 25 million euros na second payment no eye 25 million euros na akoye 50 ana omuji 2 Enti Madrid for boabo mo ho akofa 25 million euros naba. Eno ne yese, Recosta catcher mo say time no de show mo no. Aso mama na che. Enti ohun ne say Real Madrid for da do mo. Ana Mario Costa mo ne Benfica for ko register brantie no. Eni ne komo FIFA Club World Cup no. So Benfica for ohun ne say 25 million euros and Madrid betua first installment no. Time no de mo no. Madrid for ma ne che. Ana mo bufu yom ko register. Enti ebufo na aba ni nyina no. Sa installment mienu na Benfica for no ebuso no na Rodrigo Cascante ne Galatasaray situation ni Rodrigo Cascante esi akande ma Atletico Madrid Galatasaray for show interest Rodrigo Cascante Abrante fence Rodrigo Di Paul midfielder de ma Atletico Madrid na Abrante fence Rodrigo Di Paul no Galatasaray for show interest ni nyan say omo person mu ja Mario Lamine kwan Mario Lamine si akande ma Galatasaray for say omo Monaco no omo Monaco dia ene wo say Rodrigo Di Paul ana deba enti Rodrigo Di Paul no omo show interest ewum AC Milan for e the bid ebeko Barcelona for Christensen AC Milan for e the bid ebeko for mo ken kitwa bi on FIFA Club World Cup no on say ene Chelsea ne Flamengo ne bebo sa group no bi ewin ni first game ba no kure wom ni say Abrante fence Felipe Luis ni team na wa hye with Flamengo no mo form omo last 16 games omo lose just one and oba with some experienced players to say Jorginho mo any quality players ni bi but me expect a Chelsea win and now against Flamengo. Then PSG lose again to a Brazilian side with the Fago. On so far Brazil for no FIFA Club World Cup no more perform very well. Obian team share Brazil for no and idea many J 1 year say almost defending very well. Anna Oche PSG for attack and very sloppy in the first half no, but you know Brazil for that's a tournament we know support no so for me lead almost supporters no man kofonia jimete say say almost the balloons them kwa say maybe 50,000 in tea bibi ekwe the Brazilians
and some Americans so say Brazilians have 6 matches Argentina for number 2 8 that is a Soviet show omuna and so mama na kakra say European clubs in the Brazilian fans
omuni fans
because I know I say Paul to name Miami who's the Independence
oh on say nipa dodo na South America for no omo Miami pa mono mba sit na wo I to say wo the Ghana game eko London obenya fans to say the na Ghana and Nigeria ko boy you know a benefit to omo because most of the people stay there so they take advantage of some of these things na fe omo movie on then I may pay for me say anya bia no one game na win it gives you about 1.5 million you understand exactly almost 2 million so exactly so almost 2 million say oh yes South American club when you je enra me hwe Botafogo mo hwe PG o hwe John Tester say na ni si agia enye match na wa hwe no kwasi kaka krabeba eno tina me gina wana me hwe Africa for na me bompa isenka Sundowns yeah exactly ali abobo nyina but still no fine dream Ken me that say I know they be am empire no honestly
$2 million and $1.5 million per game
Shebre se sanfo sika
lucky obishia Auckland City
oh Ken Shebre and now when you work in a kotoko ne born and yeah now na on Man City bobo the dia o Sam see oh bobo Africa teams ni omo na bobo
it's in Bible na so kwa obishia Auckland City
ni Ken wadarable ni die mu an say na we say you bedu o de na ache mo mem de ntwa so
Arsenal ene noni madueke nkomo no eye nkomo a e grow like reports really grow a lot in the various timelines and the tabloids say we Europe na football team bi as e do transfer season na ye top players are players na eba no quality ebe kire mo mbet na club ni no mo beko at Chelsea sesi a Wenger wa establishing one na body mo was no ye consistent by Pedro Neto ne numbers ne wo ho we numbers ni free one man he's been consistent with play ball ankasa in terms of goal contribution any assist this season we league ni mo oni no ni Madueke dia yepe Pedro Neto share 4 goals and assisted 6 times no ni Madueke share 7 and assisted 3 etomi enu nyina contribute 10 goals no kre but the intia ni Pedro Neto nkomo so oya save and say Pedro Neto ball ankasa he's playing well no ni Madueke ama numbers ni be that is true but all the performance will park in so that's like a physical performance as a never papa e more it's on to be more grade A performance consistently and that is where the problem is there are other players who more arrive e wo Chelsea bobo ko ni mu last night you do William Esteban won komo oba ono ne ba wi a Chelsea bobo ko no Jamie Gittins nkomo no omo nto ntwene ye and nkomo omo twan club World Cup no mo di nkomo finalize bibia so there are going to be other wing players omo quality they was through and the chain only Madueke there when it comes to performance and no na akwa ko yin access say brantie no say could reach our stage there was ordinary any chair baby for fortunately for him Arsenal are back into the frame and Arsenal supporters need to solve a problem because some feel say brantie anybody money so but they be a Mikel Arteta ni Arsenal asem ken Mikel Arteta is a coach and he's a builder ya who coaches from over football mu e ba be fa teams no mo fa no you always have to get them grade A players and say no more team performing and I say a lot of the players from me fa grade A players and fan a modern money team konkan but there are coaches like Mikel Arteta all team for players from nowhere no ma transforming players no I'm a players the money more akosoro and also ma ba be than big players said they not judging crop here or Dortmund even at Liverpool said you see transforming certain players with the style of play no Arteta is that kind of person and no na ma minya gidie so obetimi aboa so ofa branch en nko ade na wasesa no obi betimi aka the Raheem Sterling case so Raheem Sterling is a player na the modern konkan o Chelsea Oba Arsenal still the money and conquer. But Raheem Sterling ball our Premier League mu. Time onya opportunity. Raheem Sterling has been in the Premier League and in the limelight since 2012-2013 season. The football age 31 years in December ken. He's a player or you already done. It indicates any different. But at Arsenal, a lot of the players are more big boys in Nino. And Mikel Arteta and a Pedro Manti and more. And then open wingers on more Premier League nima. Who to be Moni Martinelli in film. Martinelli was a nobody from a lower division in Brazil. Our baby PM Arsenal. Papana yen one Juma Mane, open one of the best wingers in the Premier League. I'll be Bonidin. And then your boss Sakadin as an established winger. Our Premier League ni Arsenal. Saka was a left back for Arsenal. And your coach a friend is Mikel Arteta. And the best Sabranti anymore and pushing you anymore and or you one of the best over Premier League anymore. She quite fast for Mikel Merino by na near man shut down conquering for man. Time Arsenal in striker. Yes, a position. He was transformed into a number 9. Our baby boy any number said him Arsenal Bobo Kono. And I know the Mamina GDA. So Mikel Arteta Juma wire on other players. Abra na independent da so omumu no mo de money conform no we Arsenal supporter na say Mikel Arteta for player bia kopim say player ne be ball be flop no. You don't have to talk so much, you don't have to worry so much because we are transforming certain players amoma baba be big players abe top stars e wo Arsenal bobo kunim and I am sure so betimi aye say Juma na bi ononi Maduike ama the performance nso apega kin Chelsea e bo Flamingo e wo Club World Cup ni mu. Now, so what had Chelsea in the first game? Chelsea money was ropa against Los Angeles. But me feel say Los Angeles team now match Chelsea that kind of competition. I'm expect to say a Chelsea team at the Bema. Their performance wasn't that good. And the Chelsea dominated any BBA and necessarily now park and so. Flamingo on the other hand also won the first game. And also win here 2-0 to say Chelsea there now. A dominant performance. And no mummy Russia. Everybody will have to prove at the country or no, especially on top of that particular group. And we shouldn't forget that the Club World Cup has been keenly competitive because Unya win be a kin Unya $2 million. And based on that amount of money, I win be a debanintino. And we'll be making sure to be putting on the A game. In the Chelsea first game, you Nicholas Jackson. And if you said the presence of Liam Delap, and the performance, let's say Kaka, Echo Stroke Kaka, at least. The kind of true pass at Jackson the Maya and I'm so Emma Chelsea on the first goal. And idea unlike Jackson. It is trying to add something different to the style of play just because there is another player and play another battle. Either he makes you better or he puts you on the bench. And I don't know boy, I'm a nearby conquer with Chelsea anymore. Liam Delap so Kakrebino Babina boy, you know. The performance was okay. Player I'm expecting so better back to the party game and the Ama Chelsea and Enzo Fernandez. Can gradually he's becoming the new Frank Lampard of this Chelsea team.
You could just say, yeah, man, I'll franchise. I'll be Piacho.
I know Nana Lampard, the match Chelsea, no. Even on bad days, are almost in the crampono. He finds a way to be assistant and also be check. Yes. And anything that make us say, or yeah, done the new Frank Lampard for this Chelsea team. In 2025, Chelsea play a BN1 more goal contribution channel. Was at 6 and was 66. It's whenever Chelsea plays well, he's at the party. And I believe saying so back to the party and never become kind of Chelsea Bobo Kono. But I don't see Flamingo say Chelsea a fan so to say Los Angeles no. Between these two teams, they're very difficult to move.
So some Americans will be a lose game.
There be
Argentine clubs and then Brazilian clubs and all. Chelsea the first team will be real one.
I don't see Chelsea winning, but I mean who's a Chelsea to be losing? I'll go for a draw.